Good morning, everybody, and welcome to week 4 here at school. It's the 14th of August, and a reasonably quiet week this week, but heading into an enormously busy couple of weeks ahead of us. Last week, we had the opportunity to catch up with a number of parents to meet and greet some of our staff that have recently joined us. I was involved in a conversation with parents who were asking me, what does a good one look like? And we're really discussing writing. So students were bringing home some homework and parents were trying to consider, well, is this a good piece of writing that the kids have done, or is this something that they would need further support on? So I've put together just some information that would help everybody to work through that. And we use this website as a school to help us. And on the front page of today's newsletter, you'd be able to see a whole bundle of these links here. And they're talking about achievement at a C grade. So a C grade for students is encompasses most of our students who are able to demonstrate understanding in most of the covered areas. So if we choose end of stage 2 writing sample, for instance, and we open that one up, this is what NESA, who are formerly with the Board of Studies, have considered to be a C grade for a student at the end of stage 2, so a year 4 student around about now. This is the sort of writing that we would expect kids to be able to do, and you can see here there's actually some feedback that has been provided to understand that standard. We have the same sort of thing for a lot of our kids here, so you can see we've actually got an end of stage 3 sample here as well that you could click on, have a bit of a look through, and you can see how this builds up. Obviously, students achieving at B or A would show further sophistication, and D and E gradings would show students still working towards a lot of these goals. But reading through is really useful for you, and I did promise the parents that we would include that in the next newsletter. So have a look through, click on the links, and hopefully that will make things a bit clearer for you. We've also got an article today in the newsletter about our community charter. So there's roles and responsibilities for all of us throughout New South Wales education, as you'd appreciate. And parents, of course, are fantastic supporters of our school, and we have a great relationship with our community. But of course, there are times when parents are trying to advocate for their children, and we encourage them to do so, but we need to do it within the constraints of the public education and how our system works. So I've included the community charter there. We have a similar version as staff, but this is one that applies to all users on our school site. I encourage you to have a look through. There'll be some signs going up throughout the office and some areas of the school around how we treat each other with respect. They will be populated throughout public schools in New South Wales in February. We've taken a while to get ours up and going, but they'll be going up this week. Now, I'd like to also draw everyone's attention to our school calendar. So incredibly busy time. This week, we've got a couple of events on. We had a 1,500 metre race scheduled for Monday, which got rained out. So we're going to have another try on Friday on Oakley. But I'd encourage everyone to have a bit of a look at the calendar. And if you have a look through to next week, being week 5, particularly if you're a parent of a student who might be in year 3 and is in WACA and band, you have a couple of really big busy days ahead. So Friday, we've got that rescheduled 1,500 race. Next Tuesday, we have our K6 assembly, but then the week gets fairly busy. So WACA will take up Wednesday and goes right through to late on Wednesday night. We have our book week parade on Thursday morning. At the same time, our band are going for a rehearsal at the concourse at Chatswood. There's AECG meeting on Thursday afternoon, followed by a band performance on Thursday night. For those students who are going to band camp, that commences on Friday afternoon and continues throughout the weekend. And year 3, very, very lucky, on Monday of week 6, they head off to the Field of Mars for an excursion. You can see the events continue thereafter. And somewhere in all of that, we've got our book week parade, which will be on Thursday morning. So a super busy week at school. Really important we all keep organised, and we're trying to work ahead of the game here at school. Other than that, we are enjoying this week being relatively quiet. And next week, well, let's wish everybody good luck at WACA. Thanks, everybody.